Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you're all having a rather nice day. I am totally not late today, okay? I've arrived exactly when I meant to. Wait, is my camera on? Oh, the camera might not be on. Hold up. Hold up, professional streamer moment. Wait. Activate. Yeah, there we go. Not too shabby. Oh, where's the music as well? Music, hello. There we go. Well, looking good. Guys, how is everyone doing today? Hope you are well. I haven't streamed in a minute. Hey, Paul, what up? So, yeah, the last stream was like over a week ago. I was gonna stream on I think it was on the Tuesday. Oh, wait, yeah, there'll be sound now. It should be on. I was gonna stream on the Tuesday. And then what happened was Blizzard announced they were going to put a 100% XP buff in the game. And I thought, well, I don't want to level till that's in the game now, so I just didn't play for a week, basically. Which was, it was a bit weird, really. I think they announced that their logic was that people would get disappointed. Because like, they'd have jumped the announcement on them, but who knows. Anyways. A bunch of you in here straight away. Actually, Joe, what up? You got him straight away. You're the first person. Well done, Joe. So, hello. Nice to see you as always. The Drifter, what up? It's the real Batman. Yo. Dozer, what up? El Bandor, hello. Pog Toaster, love the name. Doing yours well. Chat GPT does your homework. We truly are in a whole new world these days. Back in my day, we had to copy paste off Wikipedia. Whoa. I'll tell you what. Rotting Corpse. Last time it was this early, we still had 10 more months of Dragon Soul. Boy, do I not miss those days. That was back in the day for sure. And you're watching this while you're taking breaks in between vacuuming a flooded basement. I hope it's not too bad. What you could do is get a big sponge and just throw it in there and it'll absorb all the water. How about that? And Shy, what's up? And Aviato as well. Where's the hat? I have several hats nearby. I just don't want to have one on at the moment. Today, well, going without the hat buff. And use your streamer cred to get us a bronze dragonflight chick outside ZG and Cata. Been farming the rat for over 5 months now on 8 characters. Holy. Well, I don't think they're gonna remove the mounts until the first major content patch of Cata. So you should still have like 6 months to get it. You know? That's it. So you should get it. Did you get into the beta? Yep. I got in yesterday, but I did have to, there's definitely a bit, the first wave is like streamer prio, like, it's no secret, is it? It's like streamer prio, pretty much. And I've logged into it a bit, and I will be doing some Cata streams, by the way. But at the moment, the Worgen and Goblin zones aren't in the game, and I really want to play the Worgen one because I have not played that in forever and I just don't remember it, and I think it could be a lot of fun to replay it. So when they unlock either the Worgen or Goblin starting zones, I'll definitely do a stream where we play through that, and then I'll probably do another stream when they give us level cap template characters and we can just play with them. Should be fun. I'm liking enhancement is pretty good. You can see my man here. He's looking savage. With his double axes, got his dual rock biter. He's pretty good. A white troll over orc. I don't know. I don't really care too much about min-maxing. Because as you can see, lots of different characters. I'm only going to min-max on a few of them. So if it's not intended to be like a main and I'm just leveling it for fun, I just pick whatever pretty much. I'm like, hey, this looks cool. And berserking's pretty good when you're leveling. You get to low health a lot, and you can berserking, then you can shamanistic rage, and you get all this haste, and then you can heal up, and yeah, it's pretty good. Love the Worgen starring area still to this day. Disappointed Gilneas is not an official hub. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird, because the Cataclysm world is... It is what they have on retail. Like, that's the scary thing. It was 14 years ago, and they still haven't changed it. Actually, I think... Have they changed it? I don't think they have. Cots, yeah, thank you. But they did do a few changes the other day. So we're going to take a quick look at those. 6 months of ICC, Wrath is going to be so dead. Wrath has still got its population, to be fair. It definitely had a pretty rapid drop-off. But yeah, Wrath right now, it's holding steady. Like, it's going downhill, but it's kind of holding steady. And it's like 100 and weekly raiders, it's like still near 200k, which is, I mean, that's pretty good. Because like Classic Era is 16k, for example, which is one of the reasons why I keep saying it, I'm still surprised they're not doing a Wrath Era server. I think Blizzard are kind of dropping the ball by not doing this. I think there would be enough people to go on Wrath Era, and similar story with TBC Era. I mean, Classic Era, if you think back to it, they released it and it was so dead for so, like, it was an absolute ghost town for a year straight. And then people started coming back. They started missing Classic. They wanted to play their next gear characters again. And because of Classic, we got stuff like Hardcore. If Classic Era didn't exist, Hardcore would not have existed. Okay, like, I guarantee you, would not have happened. So these Era servers have they have potential. It's just kind of, what's the word? It's like hidden. It reveals itself after a while, and it might not be an immediately obvious good thing, but in the long term, they tend to be so. And on Season of Discovery, everyone was kind of dooming, right? Because after Phase 1 to Phase 2, everyone's like, holy crap, man, the player base has dropped by half, okay? This first reset here was, I think it was 3 or 4 weeks after launch. So people had had 3 or 4 weeks to get to 25 and play the game. This was instantly after the reset between 25 and 40 was released, or Phase 2. So of course there's going to be a drop-off. And what you know, these are like the more hardcore people. They get straight to 40, they do the raid, and then what do you see here? There's more people leveling, there's the XP buff now, and yeah, the population is going up. I don't know if it'll reach this size again, but 280k people last reset, so pretty good, right? Pretty good. You're still catch up on Wrath, you're behind on all the things. That always seems to be the case, Paul. What's up with that? Wonder if they're willing to do a fresh progression server. Progression servers are weird, because I swear the people who advocate for progression servers want progress to be like so fast, or like faster than even I would want progression. The progression servers would be like, you have one main, maybe a second character if you're kind of hardcore, and it's like you go through Classic in like 6 to 8 months, and then you do TBC, and then you do Wrath, and it's like this 18-month cycle, then it goes again. Do you know what I mean? SoD needs to continue onwards to TBC. I really doubt it, if I'm honest. I really, really doubt it. Unfortunately for TBC enjoyers. So I know you're out there. I see the posts online. I know you're out there. Logged on Wrath last night, and there's more people than I was expecting. Yeah, I think it's now the Cataclysm beta's out. Now the you know, the announcements are done. The ball is rolling. The people who do want to play Cata are going to think, oh, you know, I need to get my main ready. I want to get my professions done. I want to farm some gold, maybe get some gear, right? Why would it? How do you access the Cataclysm beta? You have to opt in. If you have not opted in, you're guaranteed to not get a place. I don't got the opt-in link. Wait, let me get it for you real quick. Cata beta opt-in battle.net. Sign up for the Cataclysm beta. Here you go. You have to opt in. If you don't opt in, not happening. So there you go. Opt in through that, and good luck, basically. Good luck on getting a spot. You'd say TBC is the best of the three. Yeah, a lot of people do really enjoy TBC. It wasn't my favorite personally. For me, it's still vanilla Wrath TBC. But each of them have their good points, but Wrath is overrated. Wrath was kind of, I mean, the main thing I like is the raiding, and Wrath was kind of up and down balance-wise, right? Because you had Tier 7, which was like easy, and then you had Ulduar, which was kind of challenging at times. And Trial of Grand Crusade, it's like back to easy, and then you had ICC, which had some pretty challenging fights week 1 on Heroic. What do you do about arena seasons? What do you do about arena and seasons in Wrath Classic? What do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean. Like arena seasons will just come to their end as they always have done, and then the next thing happens, whatever that is. Yes, Lucas. I have the first Was It Any Good video recorded. It's being edited at the moment. There's a lot of changes in Cata, man, like a bunch. I've done the Druid one first. I always start with Druid because Druid has four specs, so it always takes me a long time to do. But I have that done. I think it's like 26 or 28 minutes long. It's pretty sizable, and that should be out hopefully next Tuesday. If you're gonna do Wrath era servers, oh right, yeah, I'm not sure then. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't involved myself too much on that side of the game really. So yes, the classic Was It Any Good type videos will be getting underway very soon. Obviously, Cata beta's out right now, and I think we're gonna have a launch, including pre-patch, around June. June is my guess. But yeah, we will do some Cata related videos. Warrior gets to be good. Arms Warrior. If you like Arms Warrior, yes. If you like Fury. Fury's in a place where it's like, you just play Arms. And then I think you play Arms in PvP as well. And Prot Warrior, as far as I know, they did some changes to block tanks towards the end of the expansion in 4.3. And if those changes are ported back to the start of the expansion, block tanks, so Paladins and Warriors, are just going to be hella squishy. So yeah, Arms, basically. If you're an Arms enjoyer, great. If it's other things, not so much. Yo, Ashley West with $20. Holy crap. Thank you so much. You say thank you for your content. I appreciate your thoroughness with your videos being incredibly long. Yo, I appreciate that, man. I do hope it shows. Particularly the like class review things is an enormous amount of data. So I always do my best to get as much information into like making sure it's correct without like going into insane levels of detail, right? Because at the end of the day, I am trying to cover every class and give people some good impressions on what they can expect. No, actually, that's super generous. Thank you. Wow. Yeah, I'm glad you like them. Plenty more videos on those to come soon. They should be starting with the Druid on Tuesday, and then I haven't picked the next class to do yet. I've not picked the next one yet. Am I going to make my lock in Cata? Yes. So the guild I'm playing with is still going to be carrying on and doing 25 player. I wouldn't have been opposed to doing 10 man, but they're 25, so I'm going to carry on raiding with them. I've been raiding with the same guild since Nax in vanilla, so a little while now. And I do want to play an alt. Back in the day, I played a Resto Druid, and I really enjoyed it. But I've got that... I don't know if anyone here plays a healer. And when you get into more difficult content, it tends to be the case that the first thing you drop is healers. Like, if you do ICC Heroic, you've probably seen this, right? If you're trying to push for speed or whatever, you always drop healers first, because at some point, other healers can just put out enough numbers and you can do with more damage. So I'm kind of worried that if I do play Resto Druid, I'm going to be like forced eventually to go Boomkin, which I don't really want to do. If I'm playing a healer, I want to heal. So I might head towards a healer which cannot be replaced, if you know what I mean. Kind of like Disc or Holy Pallor in Wrath. If that makes sense. Cata is being able to play Warrior and Blood Elf. There are a lot of new combos. You can get a Tauren Paladin, you can roll a Gnome Priest, you can be a Human Hunter, you can be a Night Elf Mage, you can be a Troll Warlock. A lot of new things. For sure. Yeah, bro. Exactly. It's like like in the guild we used to have a resto druid who stopped playing because I think he was boonking every week. I don't know if he liked that. Unfortunately, that's just life, you know. Eventually, with healers, you get to a point where you can afford to drop people. Yep. Yeah, but yep. Is what it is. Is what it is. I'd be in a similar position. If I wanted to play resto all the time and I could only ever play boomy, I'd probably be like, this isn't what I signed up for, you know. And when Cata comes out, you play Cata or SoD more. I think Cata's going to be like a lot of content initially, but it is kind of a raid log expansion, similar to Wrath, once you have everything set up and going. But in the Cata beta, I mean, I can show you it. I was planning to play SoD, but I see a few people mentioning Cata, so we'll come back to SoD in a moment. But yeah, this thing does exist now. But it's pretty limited in terms of what you can do. You can only make fresh characters. And there's no like a level 85 template. The human zone's really dark for some reason. And yeah, there's no Worgen or Goblin. I really want to play the Worgen starting zone. But yeah, there's loads of new class combos. Like you can be a dwarf warlock, dwarf shaman, dwarf mage, human hunter, night elf mage. You've got gnome priest, Draenei. I think Draenei are all the same. Yep, nothing new there. Orc, mage, undead hunter, Tauren priest and paladin, the Sunwalkers. Whoa, very cool. Troll, warlock, and druid. Two very good classes to get options to roll. And yeah, Blood Elf Warrior, of course. But yeah, I kind of want to wait to play till the actual, the Gilneas starting zone is open. I was retting Cata. I hear it's very good, but it's like a very acquired taste in terms of playstyle. The models updated for Cata. Interestingly, let me find the blue post for you real quick. They weren't. They weren't updated till WoD. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't like how models looked in WoD. I thought they looked goofy as hell. The running animation for stuff like Night Elf, they're like bouncing side to side. I didn't like it at all. Let me just find this. So there's some data mine things saying potential that there might be updated graphics. They updated them again in a different expansion to look less goofy. Is that a Legion maybe? I'm not sure. Disneyification. Yeah, Nick, I didn't like them in WoD at all. Not a fan. I would not play with this if it was a choice. Yeah, and the dwarf ones, they were like hopping along. They were hopping along like they were in a Disney movie or something. But yeah, basically option tooltip up-res graphics. What does this really mean? Don't know. But potential major model overhauls. These were the WoD ones. And they don't look as bad in the screenshots and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's just a bit over the top. It was the running animations that really got me. And this looks kind of good, but yeah, I feel as though they can you know, put them at their best in these pictures when they're choosing them. The updated gnome face. Look at this guy. Are you telling me this doesn't look uncanny? And the dwarf ones. Again, they look pretty good in the pictures. And then you see them in game and it's just so... It just felt over the top. And the Tauren facial animations are always just uncanny. They... Like, nah, they didn't look good. Dwarfs are good. You're in Dwarf Enjoyer, eh? I do enjoy a dwarf. Nice beard on that fella. I respect that. Yeah, they did change these again later on. I don't know precisely when, but there is new like spell casting animations in retail where like priests will hover in the air when they're casting. Shamans, warlocks, mages all have like completely different casting animations for a bunch of abilities. So in Classic, there's two things. There's like casting, there's channeling, and it's always a variation of that. So yeah, maybe. What else was there? Oh yeah, yeah. Check this out. So they're saying, according to this data mine, the strings below suggest we might not have the original implementation of transmog available in Cata Classic. If they've seriously gone to the trouble of re-implementing this scuffed-ass system, like, what are you spending your time on? Put the retail version in the game. Nobody wants this. Like, just put the retail version in. You get an item, it becomes soulbound, you learn it, it's in your wardrobe, you go and equip it, you save your sets, bam, transmog. That's how it should be. Not this Cata version where you have to put something in you have to like save it in your void storage and then carry it around in your bag. You couldn't even transmog from void storage if something was in your bank until mop. And and then you'd have to start deleting items eventually, because if you had too many items, then you wouldn't be able to save them all to transmog them to. This system was so bad. It was the first iteration, so fine, but they've done better in retail now. I think they changed it in... It's probably WoD or Legion, I'm not sure. But yeah, please do not put this in the game. Like, at this point, we're in Cataclysm, things change. You know, transmog's a thing now. We don't need to relive the OG transmog system. I have to play the Cata beta. You have to sign up at the moment, but there's not too many invites that have gone out yet. But if you sign up there, and good luck, basically. Worgen, Terry Worgen. Classic name right there. There's a bounce druid in Cata. I've got 3 words for you. Glyph of stars. And it doesn't exist, does it? It's a mob. Glyph of... Would you want Glyph of stars in Cata? Every Moonkin player will know what this is. Yeah, it's a glyph. They put it in mop. Your Moonkin form now appears as an astral form. It's basically Moonkin form, but you can see your transmog. That's what Glyph of Stars was. But that was in mop. It says add in patch 3.08. That's wrong. It's definitely not in Wrath. Prefer Moonkin form? Yeah, so's Raignak here. On one hand, I want to see my transmog, but on the other hand, I want to stay as a Manbear Owl. I'm so conflicted. I mean, if you want to be a Moonkin, you still can be. Nothing's stopping you from that, but personally, I like to see my transmog. Or just my armor. So how do you get into the Cata beta? If you get it, it'll just appear on your BattleNet. It's like this. It'll just be under one of your games. You just click here and download it and bam. Yep. But it is RNG whether you get invited or not. Obviously, the first wave of invites, there's no secret. It's like streamer prio, pretty much. It is what it is. Yeah, free advertisements and all that. Is balance good in Cata? I'd say compared to Wrath of the Lich King, it's better overall. In PvE, it's still kind of a one-off spec, but in PvP, they look a lot stronger. But in PvP, you get some really interesting talents, and Wild Mushroom as well. And if anyone remembers Wild Mushroom. Hope they had Mr. Pandaria after Cata. You never played it. I am very confident that that will happen, yes. I believe one day we will be heading back to Mr. Pandaria. Honestly, I'm like, I know people tend to be a bit more negative about Cata. I started raiding properly in Cata on heroics and stuff, and I had a lot of fun back then. So I know like things change big time, but at the end of the day, I have this, you know. If I want to play Classic, I have this. This is kind of a bit different from Classic, but I have this. I have Hardcore. If I wanted the no changes experience, I go to Era, you know. At Cata or Mop more. Probably Mop. And I do like Cata, I really mean it. Mr. Pandaria though is it's weird. They're like completely redesigned the talent trees. Let me show you Mr. Pandaria talent trees. Because like people say they destroyed them in Cata, they've got no idea. Mop was the format they ended up using until when was it? It was like Dragonflight. If I was playing a druid, you get 1 talent point every 15 levels. Every 15. Not 1 every 2 or 1 every 1. 1 every 15. But to counteract that, when you picked a spec, you gained so much stuff. So what Blizzard did, they like put all the cool stuff in your spec and then made these talents kind of like alter that spec somehow. So if I played Balance in Mop, I would get all of these. All of this stuff. Instead of these things being in the talent tree, I just pick the spec and I get them. And then you've got class buffs, and then you've got like all things every druid spec gets. But yeah. It was good though. Like, class balance was... Classes were a lot of fun in Mop. I've got to say. It's pretty lame, especially for leveling. Yeah, one of the things is when you're leveling now, you don't... Actually, you do. Did you have to go back to your class trainer and Mop? I think you did still, right? Or were class trainer... Wait, was the class trainer changed from Cata? Well, like, you just get an ability when you level up. Is Cata closed beta? Yes, at the moment, yes. Yeah, so basically you get more stuff as you level instead of talent points. They changed that in Cata. Yeah. As trainers, but you still have to go to your trainer, right? Like if I'm level 12 and I can learn, I don't know, bear form, I have to go for my trainer for that, yeah? But yeah, spell ranks are gone. No more spell ranks. You learn ability 1 time and you've got it. That's it. There's no trainer. There were definitely still trainers for respecking, and you learn stuff like your armor spec, you know, the one we get 5% stats from using the same armor, and masteries. I'm pretty sure you do still have to go to your trainer to learn something. But then it like it works how runes do, right? You get your rune once, then it like levels up, you know? Not to train though, yeah. Did you downgrade spells in Wrath? There are a few circumstances where you do, but it's all spells cost the same amount in Wrath, so downgrading's a lot less viable. For example, I'm on a Warlock. Sometimes I use Shadow Bolt rank 1 to proc something, or mages can use Frostbolt rank 1 in PvP, but doesn't have that many applications anymore. Yeah, but yeah, it is done now and again. When the pre-patch is coming? My guess is mid-May, but no, we don't. In short, no, but I'm guessing. Right, where was the... I don't really intend to go live then just talk about Cata, but I guess it is the new thing, right? I'll have to do a dedicated Cata stream on a Tuesday. We can log in and see how things are working in that. Where's the page I'm looking for? Underhaven, long-time viewer, first time watching you live. Just want to say I love your voice and your content, always well put together. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for dropping by and letting me know as well. I love to hear it. I definitely appreciate it a lot. And I will continue to put out stuff which hopefully you like. Fingers crossed. I don't know. It's going to be kind of weird with Cata, right? There's so much friction between people who quite like him, people who don't now. It's kind of unfortunate. I wish people could just, you know, say, I enjoy this thing and I don't enjoy this other thing, so I'm going to play this thing I enjoy and not the other thing. But you always have one or two on the videos and in comments, which would be like, I just need to let people know I won't be playing. It's like, all right, bro, I've read this 24 times in the past 24 hours. It's kind of getting old right now. So, it's what it is, though. But yeah, people tend to get a bit tribal with stuff, you know. A bit unfortunate. What server? I am on Wild Growth EU for Season of Discovery, and on Wrath, or soon to be Cata, I'm on Pirewood Village. Oh, I'm also logged out. Hang on, finishing coffee. Kind of like Nickelback. They secretly like it. Nickelback are good. I don't know why people started bandwagoning them. Eh? The hell's this? Hold. The game's just exploded or something. Okay, WoW Classic. Okay. Ooh, we're back. Nice. You really need to know I'm not going to play it. I even like basically made fun of people who do that in my last video, and there were still people that did it. I was considering giving someone the comment, the like pin of shame at the top of the video, but I was like, maybe on the next one if they carry on doing it. I'm assuming eventually they'll just stop, but it's going to take a bit more Cataclysm content before they stop. But yeah. Waiting for War Within. Ooh, I hope it's good if you enjoy retail, you know. I was thinking about this before, really. Well, occasionally, now and again. It's like one of the big reasons I'm looking forward to Cata is for the PvE, specifically that's a bit more difficult. And then I was looking at retail, and it's like, okay, but if I want difficult PvE, why am I waiting for Cata? Why am I not playing retail? And I started looking into retail, and I remembered what Mythic raiding is like. Mythic raiding is just like, it's on a different level. Like, Cata is going to be a step up compared to Wrath, but Mythic, especially Amirdrasil, with the last two bosses, like Tindral and Fyrak, they've been some of the hardest Mythic bosses ever. I think like Classic is on, like, if you had a scale, we've got like Classic is here. That says Classic. Okay, the Classic is like here on the difficulty scale. Okay, it's like right there, but it's like super easy. Things are like pretty simple. Bosses have like one or two mechanics, and Omragun is honestly probably more mechanically demanding than most fights on the most fights that exist in Classic so far. And then retail with Mythic is like insane. That says retail. Okay. That's like, they're like completely apart. And then TBC was like, it had some like harder bosses and stuff. It's probably around here. That's TBC, okay. And then Wrath is, actually TBC is probably like, more like here. And Wrath definitely stepped things up a lot more. Wrath will probably be more like here. Or maybe here. Here? TBC here. I don't know. The point is, Cata's kind of like more towards the middle of that, where there's some level of challenge, but it's also not like you're going to wipe in phase 1 100 times. Do you know what I mean? And I think this is like the sweet spot. And Mists of Pandaria is kind of like here-ish. And then WOD's kind of similar. And you get to Legion and, ooh, Legion. Legion's like probably there. And then if anything, they start chilling a bit after Legion. But yeah. It's just a bit excessive, you know, on retail. Even though they've cut away a lot of the grind you need to do and stuff. So I am looking forward to that. Like, I consider it a middle point between the two. We'll see. We'll see how I feel about it, really, because it's always been a bit sus when someone's like, "Oh yeah, I played it back in the day and stuff," but it was 14 years ago. Like, literally 14 years, depending on which tier you're talking about. Do I remember everything 14 years ago perfectly? No, I don't. I've probably also changed quite a bit in 14 years, I would hope. Yeah, Cata equals retail argument so weird. If Cata was retail, you'd be playing it. Pretty much, yeah. But yeah, they are very different now. Legion story. Yeah, the story in Legion was actually a banger. When we killed Jaden and we saw the cinematic of Illidan, like, unveiling Argus, like, holy crap, what a moment. Legion was too... Yeah, Legion was... The thing is, like, Legion started off in Emerald Nightmare. Hang on, doing a professional streamer thing. Sorry, Mum's calling me. But yeah, in Legion, it's like... yeah, it started off kind of easy in Emerald Nightmare. And then throughout the expansion, it got kind of insane, pretty much. Okay, yeah, she's fine. Nothing to worry about. Okay. Crisis averted. Blizzard could do classic Legion. I'm sure one day they will. I'm sure one day they will. And then they did the Trial of Valor, which was... Hell yeah, it was kind of hard, actually. Especially the Chosen achievement, which was kind of like Undying, right? And then they had... What's it called? I've gone blank. Not Archway. Archway's a dungeon. Nighthold. Nighthold was such a good raid. Apart from Star Augur. Like, that mechanic on Star Augur, we had to, like, match the things together, was terrible. That was like an awful fight. Apart from that, Nighthold was great. I hated that fight so very much. And then they did Tomb of Soak Garrus, which was just mind-bogglingly overtuned. Like, people got stuck on Mistress Tangerine, but then later on you had, like, Fallen Avatar. I never got to Fallen Avatar on Mythic. Like, Fallen Avatar and KJ pre-nerf on Mythic were just ridiculously hard. And then you had Antorus, which was pretty good as well, I think. Yeah. Hello, Alison. You quit Cata at launch, didn't come back in hardcore until Legion. Ooh, you giving it another go then? It may be the time. Do you think they'll skip WoD? No, they're gonna do WoD, and it's gonna be like the biggest meme ever that they're gonna do WoD Classic. I think it's gonna happen. I do think it's gonna happen, and it's gonna be absolutely memed into oblivion. But it'll be a pretty quick expansion, right? You know, we get in Highmaul. Highmaul's was okay. It's not my favorite raid ever. We get Blackrock Foundry, which I didn't do back in the day. I'd love to go back and do Blackrock Foundry properly. Stuff like the train boss and Black Hand and all that stuff. And then I did a bit of Hellfire Citadel. It had some bad bosses, like the Hellfire Assault. It was only the first boss though, right? They're doing Cata, they'll do WoD? Kind of, yeah. Yeah, surely we won't do WoD for 2 years again. Needs to keep range survival. They quit because it became melee. Ooh, I doubt it, Perry. I think you're gonna be putting on the spear and you're gonna be liking it. Garrisons, yeah. It will be memed into oblivion. Like, I completely accept this. But, I don't know, the raids were good. That's pretty much all it has going for it, which is often enough for Classic. Imagine if they do Shadowlands. Like, after Legion, I really don't know. I really don't know. Legion's kind of my cut-off point. I don't see how it goes beyond there. Like to see WoD with content they cut from it. I just don't see how. I mean, like, how can I put this? WoD isn't going to be popular unless you're like a hardcore raider. That is the demographic who will enjoy WoD. And so it's not going to have a huge population if indeed they bother to do it. So like putting time into you know, putting in what was it called? What did they call Netherstorm in WoD? Barrelon. Yeah, they're not. I don't think they're going to redo that or anything. Yep, Barrelon, that's the one. There are some mobs in TBC called that literally no one asked, but Farallon Breaker. These big stone giant boys that are in TBC. Oh, Farallon, they're in TBC, there you go. The more you know. KJ was still hard on Mythic at the start Dragon fight. Yeah, that fight was ridiculous. I wiped over 100 times on Kill Jaden Heroic. On Heroic. Yeah. Kill Jaden on Heroic was harder than a bunch of Mythic bosses in Tomb of Sargeras. If you missed one soak, instant wipe. There was like a dozen different ways to instant wipe on that fight. Really hard. BFA wasn't that bad. Again, WoW tend to do a good job of raids. It's just like the chores and stuff, and having to do islands and all that other crap was just not good. A lot of issues in Shadowlands resolved by the end of the expansion, so it wouldn't be horrible. Same can be said for BFA, when they basically made it easier to swap stuff. They gave you, what were they called? No, there weren't corruptions that were account-wide. There's other things. There were so many systems in BFA. Anyway, yeah, but yeah, basically they did make things easier account-wide. Yes, and absolutely. Heroic was, ooh. We did a bit on Mythic. I don't know if we did Sazine though. Sazine was like the first wall of Tomb of Sargeras. Is TBC raiding harder than Wrath? Overall, no, I don't think it is. It definitely had some challenging fights, but as a whole, I think Wrath has more challenging fights. Hello, Rathlin. Hey, thank you. Didn't need to do them. I just remember at the start of the expansion you did. To get your cap for something or other. I think it was 2 per week, and it was how come this is so boring? Yeah, this is just what I remember from it. And yeah, I guess when you got into a point where you just had everything you wanted, it was fine, but it was a bit tedious at the time. War Within Classic. Whoa, let's calm down here. We're not even there. I might do BFA in Shadowlands. You remember the consensus at the start of Classic was Blizzard would stop at Wrath, but now they're doing Cata and Beyond. Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, what was the alternative at the end of Wrath? Like, we kill Arthas and Blizzard are like, okay, thanks for playing. You can go do something else now. Like, I don't know. What's the alternative to doing another expansion? Bronlock, hello. We're going to be playing Cata Classic? I sure am. I'll do some streams on it soon. There's just not too much to talk about it on at the moment. BT was a snooze fest. Illidan was so disappointing in TBC, if I'm honest. Illidan was the most disappointing fight in TBC. It's like... Yeah, the hard bit of the fight, when he goes into his demon form and like you have to spread out and all this other stuff, you just did so much damage you bursted through it. And it's like we never saw the demon form phase properly, ever. Not even once. It's kind of a letdown, to be honest. I wish they like bumped up his health a bit so it wasn't possible to just blast through it until you're like, you know, well into farming. Yeah, we skipped demon phase fate at week 1. I think we saw it once, but like a bunch of people had died on the glaive phase or something, so we couldn't quite get it. And then we got into it, the final phase, and we just skipped it, and it's like, oh, you know? Yeah, if they forced us, basically, it's like, you know, in Season of not Discovery, Mastery with Ragnaros, where they like forced us to see the submerge phase, like force us to see the demon phase on Illidan. Yeah, most disappointing fight. Yeah, it was a shame, right? I would have loved to see that. So Classic Plus will be like, ooh, we can hope. One day. I mean, there's some demon hunts in Classic. There's that guy in Ashara. Who has that quest around, was it Razalik? Now he's the demon, right? Your name is Razalik, demon. Is... Eh? You know the one that starts in Badlands? Not Badlands, Swamp of Sorrows from the Hero of the Horde. And you go to that demon hunter fella in Ashara. And he's like, alright, now go swim around for the next 30 minutes and collect some crab eyes or something. It'll be something like that. That's how classic questing works. Dark Portal Land. Aye, that's close enough for me. The classic raids solved too many mechanics by just doing more DPS. Yeah. That is, funnily enough, how it works in many expansions. If you do enough DPS to skip mechanics, fights become dramatically easier. But in Classic, we're doing so much DPS that they don't happen in the first place. Like, eventually, you can out-DPS stuff. But in Classic, it's like, you never go through that struggle of having to deal with the mechanic, and then eventually out-DPSing the mechanic. A lot of people are going to end up playing Cata and enjoying it despite them slating it. Yeah, it's it definitely gets a bad rep. Let me find the graph. WoW subs counts. Nope, not that. No, not according to ChatGPT. Where's the picture? Images. Aha. Wait. You've seen this before, haven't you? This is kind of why Cataclysm gets, forgive my French, a lot of shit, because things were going up and up and up here, and then, funnily enough, like, I'm so surprised that Wrath held on to so many players throughout this last patch. Because realistically, like, ICC came out, like, here. Probably even, like, here. And then it, like, kept all those players there into the first patch of Cata. And then things started going downhill. Was it Cataclysm's fault? Were there just better games at the time? Is infinite growth impossible? Are all of these things true? Who knows? But yeah, one way or another, it did drop players. Mind you, by the end of Cata, ICC, ICC was 12 months. Yeah, from the time of I forget what the last patch is. From the time of ICC releasing to Cata, it was a lot. It was literally a year. But even by the end of Cata, they're still at 9 million subs. And then Mop comes out, and they're like, ooh, a bit of interest for Mop. And then things kind of stay steady. You know, you even get an increase during Mop. And then what happens? Bodybuilders of Draenor happens, okay? Big orcs. You've got all the names from back in the day. You know, you've got Gromash, you've got Kargath, you've got all the big boys from back in the day. You know, names people can recognize from years ago. Boom, back to 10 mil. Holy crap, we're back. And then people play the game and they're like, not so good. And then Blizzard are like, you know what? There are better metrics than showing you our subscriber count to judge how well the game's doing. Hype was real. I remember the hype for the WoD trailer. The WoD trailer, like, single-handed, whoever did the WoD trailer, like, made Blizzard's millions and millions and millions just off that trailer. Yep, and times change. They do indeed. And then, ooh, nearly 50% of your players gone in 6 months. Ouch. Also, the you remember the, what was it called? The Warbringers? Was it Warbringers for WoD? Harbingers. Warbringers was BFA. Harbingers? WoD? Eh? No. Lords of War? Was that what it was called? I feel like it was Harbingers. It's like a YouTube series. Yeah. Yeah, Harbingers, yeah, like Gul'dan, they had all the various warlords, and they were absolute bangers. And they did that again for BFA, and again, they were fantastic. Like Warbringers, Jaina, whoa. Now that is the cinematic. Harbingers, Warbringers was BFA, I'm pretty sure. Warbringers, BFA. Yeah, Warbringers, BFA. It was Harbingers in, WoD. I've already watched it at some point. You're right. It's easy. I mean, they've got pretty similar names, right? Confusing? Yeah, it is. But it's amazing. Yeah, it's like someone was saying, you know, you can only have exponential growth forever is... sometimes you've got to reach the peak, right? And call it what it is, copium, whatever, but you've got to reach the peak at some time. And sometimes you reach the peak and then you have a resurgence, but hey, it's like our good friend Sylvanas would say in Shadowlands, and nothing lasts. Maybe that wasn't Shadowlands. You know what I mean, though. Yeah, Lords of War. Lords of War was absolute bangers as well. Would recommend. About MMOs, I think a big reason. I made a video about this a while ago. I think a lot of people went to play, particularly PvP people. As like, this isn't like saying Cataclysm PvP is bad or anything, but a lot of people who are more interested in the PvP side of the game went to play other titles, like such as League of Legends. Because League of Legends cut all the RPG crap out of the game. You didn't have to level a character, you didn't have to gear a character, you didn't have to, you know, farm reputation on a character. You just press play game and you're playing the game. You did have to unlock runes back then with LP. But yeah, all the same. I started playing League around here, and I was also a big WoW PvPer up to the start of Cata. And I started doing PvE, and I started playing PvP on other games. And I feel like back in the day, because everyone remembers the big PvP names from back in the day, like, you know, Vertney and Grim and all those people, right? And they were huge back then, you know, they get millions of views on Warcraft movies. And then at some point, people just kind of stopped caring, like around here. I don't know, it just felt like people moved on from WoW PvP to other things. Again, this isn't like these expansions are bad for PvP. I've heard loads of people say they love Cataclysm for PvP and MoB. Yeah, but it's just like, a lot of people enjoyed them, but a lot of people equally moved on, you know? They'll do something else. Cata Elite sets. That's one that changed in Cata, actually. You know, you can buy arena gear for conquest points, and then you need the rating to get the elite sets, right? Elite Shaman Frost Mage in PvP in Cata. Ooh. Raf DK killed WoW. I mean, Raf seemed to do pretty well, even with a DK as they were. You're exactly the same. You play PvP in BC and Raf stopped mid-Cata. Went to play League and didn't come back until Shadowlands. I feel like this is... Maybe it's just like confirmation bias for people who've had the same experience, but I feel like a lot of people did move on to other PvP titles around here. Most of your friend group was the same. Yeah, I was the same. Yeah, me too. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm kind of like delaying and just talking about other stuff, aren't I? Never played League? Paul, you are not missing out. If there's one thing about League that League players will vehemently tell you is that avoid it like the plague. It's a good game though, but don't play it. But it's a good game, but never play it. Skyrim? Holy crap, I'm actually old. I was at university when Skyrim came out. 11/11/11. We're in one of our student accommodation houses, and I remember one of our mates got it on a console or something. I remember when I first saw someone get knocked up in the air by a giant, it was like, holy crap. It was unbelievable. LoL came out in 2009. Yeah, LoL's it's been about for sure. League isn't fun. I still play with friends occasionally, but I don't play solo queue anymore. Like, nah, miss me with that. Still playing League? Yeah, I do. Only with friends. I don't play solo. I think I was in year 2 of uni when Skyrim came out. I remember it because of the date. They released on a very iconic date, didn't they? League Universe is cool. I still need to watch Arcane. And of course I'm looking forward to the MMO. More fun to watch them play. I love watching Worlds. Worlds, oh by the way, Worlds this year, I think it's the finals or the semi-finals are going to be in London, so if anyone's there, I'll see you there. I'm definitely going to try and get a place. I went to MSI last June as well. Watched a few games. But yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch. Been to DreamHack? Nah, I've been to MSI twice in London. And yeah, we're gonna try and get tickets. Because they announced it after last year's Worlds that they're gonna bring it back to London this year. I think it's semis or finals, but we'll see. I just hope it's a good game. Like, I really don't mind who wins as long as it's a good game, you know? Like, I don't want 3-0s or something. You hate anime, but Arcane is a masterpiece. Ooh. See, yeah, and Season 2's coming now, so it'll be a good time, right? Played League for 10 years, you're part of your university team, you're only on D1, D2. It's higher than I got. Great game when it's well, but it's horrible otherwise. Yeah. Anime is good. Hey, there's nothing against the anime enjoyers here, okay? You enjoy what you enjoy, it's fine. Yeah, exactly, Mintaj. Yeah, if you want to be good at League, you have to just play League. It's like, and the skill level of the average player now has gone up so much. I remember, like, back in my day, like early seasons, like Season 2, Season 3, I was like Diamond-ish. and I could play any role in the game and just like absolutely demolish people, even if they're like high plat and it wasn't close. Nowadays, I swear you have these like mechanical gods in gold who have the map sense of like a boulder, and they have no idea what they're doing, but they will always outplay you. It's like so frustrating. But they're like stuck in their elo because they suck at the game fundamentally. Played a load of 2 hours and you loved Arcane? Alright, there you go. That Sage? Yeah, maybe it's just me and my boomer reactions nowadays, huh? Maybe you're right. I felt I was hot back in the day because I could react to stuff, and nowadays it's like, ugh, can't compete with these kids, man. Anyway, I do want to read the SoD stuff. I know I've been like, you know, a solid hour staring at particularly nothing, just talking, but to be honest, that's what this stream is, really. We just talk about stuff. Occasionally, like once or twice a week. I need to pee. I'll be right back, and then I want to take a quick look at this, and then we can carry on talking, and I'll do a bit of leveling instead of like staring at my screen, okay? So I shall BRB. Honestly, this is pretty much just a just chatting stream with occasional WoW gameplay, if I'm honest. But you know, it's fun this way. I like it being this way. It's good. But okay, these changes have been out for a little bit now. They've been out for about a week, so I'm kind of like, I'm just gonna brush through them real quick, and I want to take a look at DPS because oh boy, there are some new kings in town when it comes to damage. So pretty much they buffed Marksmanship Hunter. We'll see how that ended up doing in a moment. So yeah, Chimera Shot buffed, Serpent Sting. Damage, this is like... this may as well not exist. Explosive Shot minor buff as well. It's chill. I mean, suits you, James, suits me. Let me open this. Uno momento. Yeah, buff is a strong word, isn't it? Yeah. Mages. You know that video I did recently where I was like, these runes suck. You could buff them. Hey, both Frost Firebolt and Spell Frostbolt are on there, so pat myself on the back. Good job, me. Anyway, they buffed them both, which is fair enough. I still think everyone's playing fire. I don't think realistically this has changed anything, but you know, if people can experiment a bit more, then cool. And they also decrease the mana cost of Chronostatic Preservation, so alright, nice. Paladin Steel of Martyrdom, his damage was increased. I understand Paladins, like, you have some like attack speed build, I think, with the automatic Crowd Pummeler or Jackhammer. And that's like the only build that does damage for you at the moment in PvE. In PvP, like, you know, different story. They don't even Fireball at the moment? Really? That's surprising. I didn't know that. Which is... I mean, if your entire spec is based around you need this one item, which is either a super rare and expensive drop or a raid drop to work, then yeah, wouldn't be too keen on that. And Grimoire Synergy, they've increased it, so when it procs, instead of doing 5% bonus damage, it makes the target do 25%. Honestly, I actually hate this buff so much. I swear now, if you want to do well as a Warlock, it's like, you need Grimoire Synergy to proc, otherwise you're just not going to do relevant damage. But, if this can proc off damage over time effects, and we do get Felguard next phase, this could actually be like part of an Affliction build. Now, this is my bold prediction for the future, okay? Affliction locks with Felguard and Grimoire of Synergy, and they'll have Pandemic, so everything will crit. And they'll be doing big DPS. It's gonna happen, maybe, probably. He's a rework, you like the idea, but it's failed in practice. It's like 5% chance to get 25% bonus damage. It's like, this much damage shouldn't be tied to this much RNG, in my opinion. But yeah, if this works for Affliction next phase, and you always have Agony, Corruption, Cypher Life, and Unstable Affliction running, the 5% proc chance will actually be pretty good. And if you also have a Felguard, they're going to be attacking and they're going to be using Fel Strike or Legion Strike or whatever it's called. So at the moment your demons are Fel Hunter, which just auto attacks, Imp, which just auto attacks, Succubus, which just auto attacks, and has Lash of Pain, but you have to like reduce it via talents. And Voidwalker, which just auto attacks. So your demon basically is not going to proc this. But Felguard auto attacks, has an attack speed buff, and has a melee attack as well. So it'll have a much better chance to proc. So Affliction locks with Felguard. Okay, this is the prediction for next phase. Don't like how pigeonholed Warlock pets with Empire. It'll be replaced by Felguard if we get the rune. Yeah, if we get Felguard, every Warlock is playing Felguard in every situation possible. Like, it's a capstone talent. It's not supposed to be available to every Warlock. But if it is, every Warlock's going to play it. Obviously. Right? These changes live? Yes. Yes, they are, Derek. So yeah. There could be something here, but again, I'd rather this be higher and like 10%, and this be like 10%, because it used to be 5 and 5. I think if it was 10 and 10, it would be okay-ish, maybe. Mage healing buff wasn't needed. Yeah, me neither, kind of, but I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. They just, mages are in a great spot already, and they buff them. Nice time to be a mage, I suppose. And then warrior. So Devastate. I understand Devastate, after coming into phase 2, they nerfed it, so it did damage based on your weapons DPS, not your weapons overall damage. So it became kinda garbage, but they buffed it, so the damage increased to 150% of weapon DPS was 100 before Sunders. So you still want a high DPS weapon, so you can use a... Yeah, you can use a fast weapon, it'll still be good. Chronostat, yeah, doesn't Chronostatic crit for like over 1k? Like, it's a really good heal. And they buffed it, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is. Oh, also, I heard, I was reading online, don't know if anyone can confirm, you know, in STV, around the Blood Altars, the meta of like getting 5 mages to run in and press Arcane Explosion, apparently there's some kind of like AoE suppression effect around altars now. So like, if you try and run in and just press Arcane Explosion, it like doesn't do any damage anymore. Apparently that is a thing. It's like some ninja nerf, which hasn't been, it has not been posted in any way anywhere. Mage best DPS and best healer, why not? I mean, it's the hero class, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know, if you're a mage enjoyer and you're going to be doing some STV, then perhaps that has changed. They've altered it. All right, good one, Paul. You get this one. Okay, but look, 90th percentile. Should I drop it down from 90th? We'll do it over 1 week, so these changes are a week old. Should we do 80th? And we'll do... Should we do... We'll do 90th. I don't know. These are how things are currently looking in light of these changes. So... do we do 90 or 80? Which one do you think is fairer? 90 obviously has more RNG, but you can get 90s with like... without like having a super tailored comp and stuff. No, maybe we do 8. I think they're pretty similar either way. But these are how things are currently looking. All percentiles. Yeah, it can do. Can do. It shows you the whole range. But it's just like these dots at the far right are a bit misleading. So like max percentile is a bit... Yeah, like rank 1 always involves some kind of unrealistic standard. And it's a bit harder to like look at this rather than the bars. I'm just going to put it at 80 for the time being. Obviously, this isn't like, you pick this class, you will receive this amount of damage kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? But Fire Mage is doing great. Enhancement Shaman. Enhancement was the least popular DPS in the game during vanilla. Like the least popular. And now it's, I thought after the changes, it would be Fire Mage, Destro, Enhance. But Enhance is just like, holy crap. We've discovered Shamans can DPS. Look at this. We have 2 Shaman specs in the top 5. Like, what game am I playing here? You ask if you've got Horn versus meta, what kind of tank is Warlock? Tank will be judged by damage taken, so it'll be meta. It'll all be meta, don't worry about it. Bots keep destroying SoD. Yeah, unfortunately there'll always be bots. Like, I don't know, apologize for them or anything, but it's a rather unfortunate side effect of the season. Problem with Ellie is how they don't get cast reduction until 35 to 39. Yeah, true. It's the same with like I've been leveling an enhancement shaman, and I wish I had Storm Strike. Like Storm Strike leveling right now would be amazing, but I just don't have it, so not much I can do. Melee Hunter's that good? You don't pay attention to the meta? Yeah, Melee Hunter just got nerfed, by the way. Melee Hunter used to be the best DPS in the game by an enormous margin. Like it was about 15 or 20% above everything else. Yeah, Storm Strike's such a big deal. Yeah, Melee Hunter was actually so overpowered. Pre-changes. We don't talk about Ranged Hunter though, which is below. Warlock tank. Shaman tank, for instance. You saw my advert? Advert? Huh? You have some hints and tips on Shaman leveling. Have you done that part yet? Yeah, kind of. We're getting around to it, I guess. I mean, Melee Hunter was never a thing before. It was a thing in Legion, but they decided to put it in Classic, so... what I like on here is that Affliction Warlock is not even considered a DPS spec, by the way. YouTube advertisers? Oh, the YouTube thing. Oh, you come over to Twitch. Fair enough, then. Yeah, we've been talking for a solid hour and a half. This is usually the state of the stream, where I say I'm going to do one thing, and then people just start talking about stuff, and then I start talking about stuff, and then suddenly an hour goes by. This always happens. It happens every single stream. It was a meme in vanilla. Melee Hunter at one point in time was the original, like Survival used to be a Melee Hunter tree. Let me see if I can find it. I swear I had some bookmark for... Oh, hold on. Hold? No, it's broken. Hang on. Give me a minute. The hell is this? What the? That's not right. Hang on. I swear I had a page of some like really old talent trees saved somewhere. And we had a great stream. Yeah, this is what we do here, okay? I think it's rip. Oh, hang on. No, that's not good. Okay, I don't know where it is. Basically, Survivor used to be a melee spec, and the like end of talent tree ability was basically Rend as your final talent in Survival, and it wasn't much better than Rend either. It was like it was so bad, it was unreal. Yeah, it was. I forget what it's called. It was literally like Rend. Oh, cheers, Pat. Yeah, hope you have a good day. But yeah, those are our things. Okay, and now what I'm about to do is not realistic, but 99th percentile. Like, don't read into this too much. Fire Mage, Enhancement, Warlock. Warrior is 4th. What were they cooking with that? I think they just looked at Rexile and they're like, yo, this guy's a badass. We got to get this in the game. And they tried to make it work and it just didn't work. Okay, let's go to max percentile. These are the rank 1 players for all specs. So, you look at the rank 1. Warrior's fine, guys. Warrior's saved. This class is now completely good. Look at DPS Priest on max. Holy crap. This is the only picture you need to be looking. Let's put it over 1 day. That should be even worse. Not quite. 2 weeks. I need the most biased picture I can possibly get from this information. Entire tier? That's going to be worse, isn't it? Whoa! Holy crap. Let's get away from that. Thermopug only? Okay. Okay, let's not look at that anymore. Let's look at one which is good for warrior. Hey, look. Okay, so see no more warrior. Oh, this is Blizzard. You gotta nerf this class, Blizzard. What the hell? What are we playing? Classic all over again? This just isn't right. Finally, some data that can support my non-biased arguments. We need to make Warlock better. A fight with constant cleave and no armor? And Warrior's the best? I am outraged. Phew, look at that, man. Holy crap. The top warriors are, they're built different. They really are. Electrocutioner. Okay, yeah. You can't, suddenly a second target disappears and warriors fall down. Yeah, but this, yeah, if Warlock's not at the top, this is better. Tank Shaman doing more than rep palette. Yeah, Shamans are they're kind of nuts at the moment. Yeah, Frost Mages in the bin. Hate to say it, but Menagerie's interesting because it's a cleave fight and warriors are like, holy crap. Are these people running Shadowbot Volley? They must be, right? Mechaneer. But yeah, this is a meme. Like looking at max percentile and specific bosses is a meme. Still is. I mean, it's better than vanilla was, right? If you can say one thing. Actually, how are tanks doing? Tanks. Shaman, what? Well, Shaman are above Warlock. Holy. Shamans are actually OP, like, unironically. You know what? It's fine. Give them their time to shine. Okay? They've been a meme for so long. Just give them it. Alright, if they want to be OP, fine. This might just be a level 40 thing. We don't know. If you play a Shaman, grats on your main, I guess. It's Season of Discovery. If you want to shine, then, you know, go for it kind of thing. This understanding when balanced druids were OP. Yeah. I mean, the problem with balanced druid was Star Surge. They kind of just walked up to you and pressed Star Surge and half your health bar disappeared. And balancing PvP and PvE the same is always a tricky thing, right? But anyway, let's do a little bit of leveling. We've only been live for about an hour and a half, so. I'm in Desolus. Oh boy, I love Desolus. I can't wait to log on my character and play in Desolus. Where's Tank Shaman so good? Shamans are, they're just a bit overtuned, to be honest. Yeah, they're just a bit too good at the moment, but like I just auto attack this guy for 323 crit at level 35 with some like random BOE green weapons. Have we done Maelstrom? No, I need to do Razorfen crawl still. Yeah, I don't have optimal runes at all. I've just got dual wield, power surge, shamanistic rage, alpha, and lava lash. Oh, by the way, they changed this, didn't they? You can't buff your totems anymore with Spirit of the Alpha. Oh, what the hell, Blizzard? Why did you change this? Barely doable by 35. Yeah, I'll probably try it at like 38 or something. You used to be able to buff your totem. I need to find someone to buff. Right, if I find someone, I'll buff them. But yeah, at the moment, I'm kind of just auto-attacking. Like, that's my spec. I'm running, I'm not even using Flame Tongue on my offhand. Because Rock Biter is... I don't think Rock Biter is, like, possible to be balanced when you're dual wielding. It just does way too much damage. It gives you too much attack power. And I just got a new rank of Rock Biter as well. But both my Rock Biters are giving me 274 attack power each. So I'm basically getting, what is that? Like 200, 200, like 550 attack power for free. And you can get 20% on top if I could find someone to buff, which I can't at the moment. Oh, he's an alliance. So if I was getting 550 plus 20%, that's like what? Call it 600? That is equivalent to getting 300 strength for free. 300. Do I have 300 of other stats combined at the moment? The answer is 100, 100, just above. So it's like, compared to the strength I have at the moment, it's like 4 times more strength than I should have. So yeah, basically rock biters just shouldn't exist when you can dual wield. It's like fundamentally overpowered, and just isn't balanceable. But hey, that's Season of Discovery. Maybe they'll make it work. That's why they changed Shamanistic Rage as well, by the way. So they used to give mana based upon your attack power, spell power, or healing power, whichever one's greatest. But you can put on dual wield rock biter whenever you want and instantly gain like 700 attack power. So it's like impossible to balance because anyone could just put on dual wield rock biter. And they're doing some pretty good damage. I do take a lot of damage as well, but I'm not wearing mail yet, so I guess it's fine. 40 Warrior has 718 attack power with shout up. Yeah, well, that's not that much apparently. It feels bad as well, because I'm not taking advantage of Power Surge at the moment, just because I don't have Maelstrom, I don't have the Fire Nova thing. I don't think I'd use Fire Nova even if I had it. But damn, do the melee attacks hit hard. It was? Yeah? Just heard some noise, I don't know what that was. What substantial changes I need to fix Paladins? I mean, next phase, they're I think they're going to give you a bunch of crit rating on your spells, like Exorcism and stuff, based upon your melee crit rating. So it might just be that they have some like bigger plan, but Paladins, especially Rep Paladins, feel kind of meh this phase. But hopefully they improve next phase. What's the news? It was just a bit of class balancing. We kind of just talked about, I'm not even sure what, for the space of an hour. So basically they updated a few classes, and it's probably the stuff that's happened in the past 20 minutes of the stream. If you want to check that. You're enjoying them even if they're not top. And that's what it's all about. It's the same with Warlock, right? Warlock, coincidentally, has turned out to be a great DPS. But I would have played Warlock anyway. I like Warlock. I enjoy how they play. I like their spells. I like how they can solo stuff really well. And I think that's what it's all about. You need to pick something that you just kind of enjoy. But obviously there's 100% XP buff in the game now, so maybe that's not such a problem. So I need to Shadowstalker Scout. I'm using rest XP at the moment because I do not normally do horde questing, and when I'm streaming I don't particularly want to read all the quest text, so yeah, is what it is. Dude, the damage though. How do you feel about the experience buff dropping early? Yeah, I think it was kind of a reaction to... I imagine Blizzard have a lot of data, right? And people were finding it kind of tedious to level up. So they're like, nah, just throw the XP buff in early. And again, it's a seasonal server. On a regular vanilla server, I'm kind of in favor of, you know, you just put in the time and you get the reward eventually. But on seasonal, where things are changing a lot, people want to re-roll the flavor of the month thing, then I think it's okay. It's just one of the ways seasonal is different from typical vanilla. As rest XP, take the buff into account. Yeah, there's some, I think there's some like slider you can do in the options where it like sets you to how much of a modifier you have. But I've just set it to don't skip underleveled steps at the moment because I want to go back and do the stuff which is higher level at level cap for the bonus gold. So yeah, you can just do that. I think it is routing. Yeah, usually it has this skipped by default. If you just untick that, then it will just send you to do whatever you're doing in the right order. And I would kind of recommend that if you're using rested XP, at least on your main, because going back and farming quests at level cap for the bonus gold will be quite good. Do you get bonus gold at 40? The gold modifier you get between 1 and 39 doesn't come in at level 40, but you'll still get bonus gold for the like experience you would have received at a rate of it's like 1 copper per 6 XP, I think. So Blizzard didn't buff bonus gold after level 40, they only buffed it from 1 to 39. But it's still good because you're leveling up faster, so when you hit level 40 you're going to gain bonus gold anyway, if that makes sense. Yeah, so would recommend that. That's what I'll be doing anyway. It'd be kind of, yeah, if they were giving 300% bonus gold at level 40, I can think of some quests which would give me 12 gold on turn-in, which would be pretty spicy. Stop misclicking. I need a rogue. Where are they? Aha. Speaking of leveling though, where should you quest after Duskwood? About 32. That sounds a great time to start Stranglethorn Vale. I would head on south, midway through Duskwood, go down there and talk to Mr. Hemmett Nessingry. And he will say, please go and kill all the wildlife within 100 meters, and I'll give you some experience. That would be what I'd do. I need these Shadow Stalkers as well. Apparently they drop an item. I am not too familiar with the Horde questing, to be honest. Should give you Shaman tank in retail. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Imagine if they put new stuff in Cata. They're like, yo, mages can heal in Cata and stuff. Shamans can tank, warlocks can tank. It's not going to happen though. They're going to deliver Cata in like the original format. You're a new player in SoD? Hey, enjoy. It's been so nice and helpful. Well, hopefully we can keep up that pretense. No, but like it's yeah, there's always a few complainers and stuff, but yeah, enjoy your time. STV should work out well for you at level 32. There's a massive bug in STV making you not want to log into SoD anymore. Is it fixed yet? So what is this bug? So I've heard that Blizzard have changed how Mage AoE works around the altars to where it doesn't, there's like some AoE suppression effect. Where's my Stoneclaw gone? There it is. Oh, the layering. Yeah, maybe, I don't know about that. I think it's just kind of been scuffed for a long time now, unfortunately. Okay, Shadow Stalkers. Are there like no Shadow Stalkers here, or? I'll try and find one. Aha. No scalp. Apparently he didn't have a scalp, that guy. We'll try the next one. Is it possible to get the BFD buff on a level 1? Should be, yeah. I haven't tried it personally, but I want to say I don't see why not. No scalp again, unlucky. Give it a go. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't work. Again, I think when you're level 40 you can't get the buff anymore, but apart from that it should work. You get it in phase 1 at least. Some people corpse run. Yeah, I mean it's a lot of stats for free, right? Nice. Let's go turn in over here. Yeah, I mean, if you're playing a Tauren, I guess it's kind of easy. To be honest, even if you're playing like Troll or Orc, you run over there and you're going to need those flight paths anyway, and then you've got them unlocked and you can go back there in the future. STB is great on PvE servers. People getting there early, staying late for the blood move means the zone is highly populated by max level players for half the day. Yeah, I've kind of just got my rewards on my lock, and I haven't done it much after that, to be honest. But it's if I can say one thing about STV, after Ashenvale, they set out to make a PvP event, and I would say they've done that. It might not be the most ideal PvP event, but compared to Ashenvale, you do PvP. Whereas Ashenvale was like Ulteric Valley, pretty much. But can you explain how a lifetime Horde player, why every alliance thinks Paladins are bad at the moment? You recognize they have problems like raid damage, but this is the inverse of most classes. How's that come? I don't know if that's every alliance player, but it's just people feeling as though Ret isn't very good in raid. As far as I know, Ret's fine in PvP, and they have good utility, but it's just time is money, friend. I think part of it's like the whole season of discovery thing, and people are kind of hoping the classes which were typically left in the dust will be good. Like, typically, Enhancement Shaman is awful, by the way. Like, really bad. Enhancement Shaman is terrible in Classic. And Season of Discovery right now is one of the best. So I guess they were just hoping for a bit of that as well. What can I drop here? Hang on. Scepter of Light? No. Does anyone know which one of these quests you do? Do I do Gelkis or Magram? Soleil Magram, Gelkis Alliance. I think I dropped this then. Pick that up. They're good in PvP. PvP just ain't your jam. Yep, same. Pretty much. It's there was some interview a little bit ago actually where I think it was with Agrand, and they were asked about SoD PvP, and they said it's very bursty, and they said they didn't really have a plan to change that. And I don't know about you guys, but I really bursty PvP just isn't. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it in any game ever. Like when I played Overwatch, you can just get headshot and one shot by like Widow or Hanzo. I didn't like that. When you're playing League and some assassin on the enemy team gets fed and you get one shot when they appear on your screen, it's kind of boring. I've tried Valorant with friends, didn't like it. It's like just dying instantly in PvP without a chance to do something is like, it's just inherently boring to me, and it feels like so tedious to play. It's like the person who initiates always wins. I don't know. It's kind of like classic PvP, and it's not the most competitive thing ever, right? But Just extremely burst heavy PvP ain't for me. Never has been in any game. Wait, how do I get up here? Horde players watching now being like, how does he not know this? Believe me, I don't know. I think it's over here, right? Oh. The arrow is pointing over here, though. I must follow the arrow. Ah, I found it. Okay. See, I know what I'm doing. Drink will get Ashbringer. Ooh. I love to see it. As a ret-only legendary. Why not? I mean, if they want to give Retribution Paladin specifically a legendary, like, alright, go for it. Like, how many people could get Glaives? 2. How many people could get Thunder Fury? Realistically, 2. How many people could get Thoradel? 1. They want to make a legend. Actually, there's a bit of a problem on Horde, actually, isn't there, with Ashbringer? Imagine if you did have Ashbringer and it's a Paladin only, and you've got this faction that just doesn't have a legendary. Maybe you can take it to Thrall and he, like, smashes it on his head and it turns into a mace, and then the Shaman's going to equip it. There you go. Problem solved. Warriors to use it too. But my lore, the Ashbringer lore. Yes, Doomhammer. Doombringer. Ooh. That sounds kind of cool, actually. Smashbringer. Yes, there we go. Yeah, you know, you reforge, like the Horde tries to reforge the Ashbringer, and instead of calling on the lights, they call on the elements, and it makes it into something else. There you go. Very lore friendly. Yeah, sorry, Ollie, I read that a minute ago. I just didn't quite reply. I just think there'll be SoD TBC. What are your thoughts on future development? So I think Season of Discovery will continue to be a seasonal server for the most part. I honestly doubt they would do SoD TBC. Yeah, as sort of unfortunate as that is, I think this is going to be a seasonal server for Classic, specifically. Oh, wait. There we go. Enjoy your buff, sir. Like Doomhammer is a counterpart, but how can we get Doomhammer? Because it's not in the game whatsoever. Can we put it in the game? Like, where is Doomhammer right now in Classic? Thrall's wielding it, right? Like, lore-wise, where is Doomhammer? Do I have to grind out the rep here? I think I do. Yeah, I mean, that's just what I think. We'll see what happens. A few years, there'll be 10 different versions of WoW. There's already a lot with Classic, to be honest. There's already a lot. It's, I don't know. I feel like as though people know what they enjoy and they play the games they enjoy there. Doomhammer model from Wrath matches the Classic aesthetic. Wait, it's quite a simple weapon, isn't it? It's just like a sort of small hammer, which looks like a thing that you smash people on the head with. Holy, I'm doing so much damage, actually. How much attack power do I have now? 936. What is this class, man? I've got nearly 1,000 attack power at level 35. Alright, Blizz. Yeah, keep cooking. This is fine. Seems good to me. New SoD news? It was a little bit old, but it was just stuff that I hadn't covered on stream yet, so... it was like 6 days old, but I just wanted to... Initially, I wanted to talk about those changes and how they'd affected damage overall, but then we started talking about something else for like an hour. So, yeah, it's probably stuff you've already seen, so yeah, don't worry about it. But yeah, my weapons, I literally just went on the auction house and I was like, I need upgrades. So I bought 2 Gloom Reapers of the Monkey. Very, very, very scary. It's just a level 32 greens, 2.7 speed. 37 to 69 damage, but when I hit something, I'm critting for over 300. So it's pretty good right now. It's just like you auto attack as well. You don't even need to use any abilities. Everything just dies. Checking the forums and stuff, yep. Yeah, I mean, we're getting like weekly balance posts and stuff, right? So it's not that bad. Here's the question though. So next phase, there's been some data mining which suggests we're going to be getting Sunken Temple. Do you guys want to see Sunken Temple, or do you want to, like, is there another raid you really want to see at level 50? And it's going to be it's going to be 20 man, by the way. This has been confirmed. Sunken Temple, ZF, BRD. Ooh, BRD. Sunken Temple, but on a 7-day lockout. I see. Okay. Sunken Temple. Some I don't know. Sunken Temple isn't really my favorite raid. Like, I was reading a bunch of stuff on the Reddit, right? And, you know, Reddit's Reddit, but a lot of people were saying in regards to BRD that it's such a good and iconic dungeon that if Blizzard were to change it, they probably wouldn't add to it and they'd be taking away from it. But from the very start of Season of Discovery, I've always felt like BRD is such a no-brainer to do. And other people are also saying it might be too long in terms of a raid, and they've been enjoying the shorter raids of Season of Discovery so far. Using dungeons people never ran. Yeah, that's kind of true, I think. Like, BFD, Noma, these are things you, like, did one time. You never spammed them. Like, you spammed BRD. You were going for Hodge. You were doing multiple different quest runs. You were going for SGC. You were doing all these different things. You were doing your attunement. Like, there were so many reasons to do BRD again and again. I can see what people say with having the raids being a lot shorter though. Do you think they'll bring back attunements for Molten Core and stuff? I mean, basically I don't see why not. They're not much effort. Like Molten Core, you just do a lava run, which takes like 15 or 20 minutes. BWL, you kill the quartermaster, you hand the note in. Doesn't take very long. AQ, oh, they're just going to have AQ open, like, don't even worry about it. And Nax, you spend money to convince someone to let you into some flying fortress of death, which is like 2 arcane crystals and stuff. So, yeah, I think they're going to bring attunements back as they were. UBR's 20, man. Ooh. Double the chance for that, what is it, the Black Hand Guards? You know when you're above the whelp pit and the guards charge you and you go flying off the edge? Yeah, that happened to me in 2019 on Classic. Still remember that. Like, I was playing with a bunch of private server guys and you could tell they were waiting for someone to do this. And I was the idiot that did it. And I was just like, oh shit. I messed up here, what have I done? And I pulled like 10 whelps and died and they laughed at me and then resed me. That's just one of those classic things, though, isn't it? UBRS or LBRS as well. Yes, I mean, there's a lot of choices when we get to the later game raids, for sure. And these guys don't have many ears, do they? I guess I'm chopping them off. But yeah, again, there were some data mines for Sunken Temple, so it is looking as though it will be that. We'll see what they end up doing. I was kind of looking forwards to BRD, but I think people get the impression BRD is going to take too long to do. The damage output on this spec is crazy for level 35. It's kind of weird in Season of Discovery, like, because typically I don't really pug raids or anything. I prefer to find a guild or some, like, at least a consistent pug, you know what I mean, where you sign up and you go into the raid. And, like, you put in all the time, you get your well-bush, you get your consumes, you sign up, you turn up on the day, and then you clear the raid, or, like, Nomagan, you clear it in, like, 30 or 40 minutes if you're in a good group at the moment. Like, the fastest run in the world is like 18 minutes, I think, which is just insane to me. But like average groups, like, not average groups, you know, decent groups who are trying, they're probably doing it in like 30 minutes or so. It just feels like I want a bit more raiding, do you know what I mean? Or others didn't want to keep doing those. Yeah, I think it's not enough raiding. Like, when you do ICC, like, you've got Ruby Sanctum, you've got ICC 12 out of 12. That's going to take you a good 2 hours or so. 18 minutes. Yeah, I think the fastest one is 18 minutes, yeah. Again, that's the fastest in the world, so. Leveling in Wrath. No, this is the Season of Discovery. Let me check real quick. I believe it was 18. I could be wrong. Rankings, speed. Oh no, I was wrong. It's not 18. It's 16. Just below 16 minutes for a full Noma clear. It used to be 18 though. Like, holy crap, these guys have cleared everyone. What the hell? What was their comp? Mage, Enhance, Melee, Ellie, Warrior, Boomy, Lock, and Holy Priest. Or Shadow Priest even, I don't know. But yeah. People do be zooming. If anything, I'd like raids to be a bit longer. I think the three, like Bruce saying, I think the 3-day lockout has something to do with it. It's just like so often that I don't know. I just want a longer raid night. If I'm putting in all the time to like set up for it and stuff, maybe the idea behind raiding in Season of Discovery doesn't align with what I want from raiding, and if that's the case, that's fine. But yeah. 368 crit. Wonder if they'll do both a 10-man raid on a 3-day lockout and a 20-man raid on a week. That'd be interesting. Blizzard have been all about compromises this season. Like with putting there to be one lockout for Noma for the first 2 resets, and making PvP pre-mades like not have their own queue but be mixed with other people, and you can queue as pre-mades, but you'll still be matched. You don't want super long raids every 3 days? No, me neither. But honestly, I don't know what this like says, but the Season of Discovery raids have made me appreciate ICC more so far. And I think they're fine and everything, but it just feels like they're a bit too fast. I've actually started enjoying ICC more since doing Season of Discovery raids. Before Season of Discovery, I was like not really liking ICC that much. But that's actually changed after having done Season of Discovery raiding. Cata beta? Soon. Soon. Not on this stream. I'll do one next time. Cata beta video? Yes, soon. I will be doing Cata content for sure. You rep to be bind on account. Honestly, for a seasonal server, like I'm all about quality of life. Wish you cared about Cata. Yeah, I think people would generally like it more than they think they would. Depends what you want out of the game. Because I think the two biggest selling points are the PvE and the PvP. I guess that's always the case with Classic though, right? That's always been the main parts of World of Warcraft forever. Grind to friendly. I knew they were going to do this to me. Oh, we're nearly there. Okay. Drink hardcore would work in Cataclysm? Nah. No. Just straight up no. Like, as much as it's being dismissive, it's... Like, the Cata leveling without heirlooms at early levels is, like, probably harder than you would expect. But then you get your talents at level 10 and everything kind of becomes pretty trivial. And then eventually you get to level cap, you do a heroic dungeon, you go into a heroic dungeon. A mob, which you've seen do a mechanic 24 times on non-heroic, does that same mechanic. And now it one-shots you. And you'd be feeling pretty bad about yourself. Yeah, it's just the end game stuff is hard. If you want to do it for the leveling portion of the game, it'd probably be fine, to be honest. Am I still playing Wrath? I'm still clearing 12 out of 12 on Wrath, on Heroic, and Ruby Sanctum Heroic every week. And I've also been leveling a bunch of classes. I have one class to level to 80, which is a Rogue in Wrath of the Lich King. After that, I've pretty much got everything done. I've been leveling some professions for Cataclysm. I want to do transmutes for True Gold. But yeah, I have still been playing Wrath, yeah. I just don't really stream it because outside of raiding, there's not too much to do, and it would just be leveling on Wrath, and I don't know, I think people want to see this more than Wrath at the moment. Cata won't be as successful, we're pretty lackluster. I think people who give it a go will enjoy it. If anything, it's been 14 years, like straight up. Cataclysm came out in 2010. It's a long time ago, and people might not have liked it back then, but they might give it a go now and they'll think, oh, maybe this isn't so bad actually. I mean, have you changed as a person in the past 14 years? You probably have. Maybe you wouldn't make the same decisions nowadays. Maybe you wouldn't feel the same way about things. It's just a very long period of time that's gone by. And I think specifically if you feel like, I guess quote-unquote better PvP than Wrath of the Lich King and more challenging PvE, you're gonna like it. But yeah, I'm not trying to kid myself and saying, I'm not going to say it's going to be more popular than Wrath. Like, there's no shot. There's literally no shot.
What do you need?
Like, Wrath was the most popular World of Warcraft expansion ever And just the pure numbers and amount of people who started then and had nostalgia for it then are gonna carry it. Even if people played it and they're like, oh, this isn't so good after all, or whatever they may think, it's just going to be popular kind of regardless. Wait, why isn't this working? Yeah? Oh, there we go. Ex-retail players? I mean, a lot of ex-retail players are classic players. There's a big overlap there. You know, again, it's 14 years ago, a long time. I don't think you can put a line in the sand so clearly and say that you are this player or this player. Recently ex-retail? I mean, I was retail up until BFA, and then Classic came out. But I played Cata back in the day, and I thought Cata was for the PvE, which is kind of my jam in the game. That's the thing I like the most. I thought it did it well. I'll be interested though. I think most people who give it a go will actually enjoy it, but a lot of people are just going to be like super dismissive of even giving it a try because I don't know. Like if you disliked it 14 years ago, you played a game for 1 month 14 years ago. And you said, that's it, I've made up my mind forever and ever. Like, I don't know. Maybe you'll agree with yourself from 14 years ago. Maybe not. That's for you to decide, but it's a long period of time. Maybe something's changed, you know? Your husband plays this game? Hey, I apologize or congratulate him. The latter. I'll go with the latter today. We'll see though. I'm definitely playing Cata for different reasons to Classic though. Like in Classic, the stuff before level cap is my favorite things to do. Whereas in Cata, the things at level cap are my favorite things to do. And that's like, they're just kind of different. This way, Mr. Kodo. So I kind of enjoy the Classic, or not Classic, the slightly more challenging raiding. Like Noma at the moment, like you go in there with world buffs, and some days you don't have world buffs, sometimes you do, or the Dark Moon Fair buff isn't up, or it is up, and it's like there's so many variables. And then it's on a 3-day lockout, and the whole raid takes like 30 to 40 minutes, and I don't know. Dead Mines raid. I mean, there is a Dead Mines dungeon, if you want to do that in Cata. Ooh, Kodo. Don't mind harder raids, just not MC or the spike in ICC. It'll be harder than ICC. I can quite confidently tell you that. You didn't like the Dead Mines or SM reworks on Cata? Ah, I remember doing the achievements on them back in the day, and I thought they were a lot of fun. I don't know, I guess I like generally gravitate towards slightly more challenging content at endgame, where possible. But if it's stuff that I can just do solo, like, I don't know, I don't mind the leveling things. Oh, a bit further. Handed this in? I must have. Realised before Cata was announced there was a rumour he did an interview and asked about Cata, and the dev said yeah, they will do it. So I wonder if he's going to ask about MOP after Cata Phase 2. Huh? I mean, in terms of mop coming, I think mop will come out after Cata, if that's what you're saying. What's this buff? Oh, this buff up here is a buff they just put this in the last reset. So you gain 100% bonus XP and you earn 300 more percent gold from quests. So basically a bunch more gold from quests and much faster leveling. And they just put this in the last reset. So if you're a bit behind Season of Discovery or you felt that way, then yeah, you can get back up to speed pretty quick now. Oh, in arcade mode? Yeah, I mean, it's seasonal, so... I wouldn't like it on a regular server, but seasonal, okay, fine. You know what I mean? 100% getting mop. Ooh, I can't wait. I don't know, I think the first tier of mop, like, wasn't my favorite. Like, Terrace... Actually, Terrace and the Springs came out a bit after launch. There was Heart of Fear and, what was the other one? Art of Fear... Mogashan Vault. MSV and Heart of Fear. I don't think those were my favorite tiers ever. Neither was Terrace. Terrace on Heroic. You had the like council fight, and they had Sulong, the Dragon Boy. They had the Water Elemental. They had Shah of Fear, and oh my god, the Shah of Fear fight. I didn't do it back in the day or anything, but I remember I think it was Method that got the world first, and it was legitimately like a 20-minute boss fight. Yeah, I think Terrace, the boss fights were just like hideously long. But I remembered I joined like a guild that I went on to raid with for like a long time in Terrace. So I got something out of it. You'll always feel behind, you think it's your personality. That's the thing about these MMOs, they're always pushing you forwards, aren't they? Was it 25 minutes? Holy crap. Nah, like... Or I don't think boss fights that are like over like... I think 12 minutes should be like the hard cutoff. I even felt Lich King was a bit long. So your first kill, Lich King, 25 heroic. Unless you've done it like 30% buff or something, it was probably 15 minutes. It was 15 minutes for us. I think we hit the Enrage and then we just killed it, and this was like week 3, I think. It's 22. Yeah, I think you're right. It was over 20, right? And like Heroic Rag in Firelands? Ooh, you better get the poop sock out for that one. Heroic Rag is one hell of a fight. That's the fight I'm most looking forward to in Cata. I want to see Sinestra as well. I never did Sinestra back in the day. I have no idea about that fight whatsoever. Bit further. And this in, and a bunch of garbage. Right. I'll be right back. Just demo. One second. Why, hello there. Carry on, shall we? Kael'thas was brutal in his new content, I bet, yeah. I mean, I remember when I was doing TBC videos, watching some, like, methods, odds, attempts and things on Kael'thas, and it's like, the fight would last forever and ever. So I need Kodo bones. Lovely. Would you prefer they lean to dual schools or remove immunities but with reduced damage? If I'm honest, I don't think reducing damage is a very interesting mechanic. I mean, look, in phase 1 we had Twilight Lord Kauris, right? At the start of phase 1 he had a bunch of reduced damage taken, and all the spellcasters said, wow, this sucks, I can't do damage to this guy. And eventually they removed it. And then in phase 2, they put a bunch of armor on the end bosses and Nomagun, and all the melee classes says, wow, this sucks, I can't do damage to these bosses. And then they've nerfed it. So I think in conclusion, these mechanics just aren't very good. And they shouldn't be preserved. So yeah, in Molten Core, Fireball should do damage to Baron Geddon, is what I'm saying. I know it's like not some RPG thing, but we've seen it like twice in a row now in Season of Discovery, where they've put something in the game like that. People have complained and they've changed it. Like, I don't think you need to like force that decision on upon yourself again. It's just times change, I guess, on that one. I mean, I wouldn't mind it if like I was playing a warlock and a boss is immune to fire. Like, I'm gonna try to find the best shadow build I can, but not everyone wants to do that, and they've changed it twice in light of that. So, it is what it is, kind of thing. Holy. You can reduce damage from bleeds and poisons. Is that still in? Ugh. It's not going to be helping rogues, is it? But yeah, it's I don't think it's the most interesting mechanic where it's like, okay, you get to be good in this fight, you get to be good in this fight, you get to be good in this fight. I don't know. Like, again, it's one of those RPG things which makes sense, I guess. But it's just, from a gameplay perspective, it doesn't really pan out in an interesting way. I think if you wanted to put class requirements on something, maybe a more interesting way to do it is like on 4 Horsemen, where you're like, okay, instead of 2 tanks for this fight, you suddenly need 8. Okay, maybe 8 is a bit excessive, but you know what I mean, where you just require different amounts of classes. You play Classic, the Cata Beta? Oh yeah, definitely. I have it at the moment. It's just, I kind of want to play the Worgen starting zone, and that is not open at the moment. We cannot play Worgen, so... Yo, Jens, what up? Finally got kicked from an RDF. What the hell, Paul? Who would do that? Who would do such a thing? That is out of order. I know, some of these RDF people, they're just animals. Can't trust them. Man, Stoneclawed home with the big carry. Oh. There he is, the original melee hunter. Oh, WoW do any collabs? A lot of other games have done collabs, haven't they? Fortnite and stuff. It's kind of become a thing. WoW, though? Maybe WoW's big enough to be the collab. Yo. Greetings, Shaman, I am Rexar. Master to the beasts of the wild. Damn, there he is.
Go forth to victory.
This is what every melee hunter actually wants to look like. You've got your helmet on there, you've got your big shoulders, dual wielding axes, of course, as any orc would. Absolute Chad. Never skips leg day. He's got the legs out. He wants them. He wants you to witness them. Like, look at those glutes. You think he skips leg day? Nah. Yo, Necrotic, what up? I've kind of stopped in now in this path. This is awkward. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Okay, I need bones. "15 seconds behind the group equals the kick." Nah, so some people just have no patience, do they? Unfortunate. Play the game the same way you do. Love the lore, but I know you have some friends that are pass brain players and they would get so upset and they were forced to tank on 4 horsemen because they couldn't pass. Yep, that is 4 horsemen for you. I mean, passing's all relative, right? You can still pass as a tank. It's just kind of different, you know. And one more here. Right, well, let's hand in. Total Biscuit, yeah, I remember. How many people watched Total Biscuit back in the day during the Cataclysm beta? Or, I think Preach started as well during Cata in the beta. I seem to remember watching him around then. Maybe he was Mop? I could be wrong on that. But yeah, a lot of people started coming up and making content about the game in Cata for sure. I guess the whole internet was getting a bit wider back in the day, and you know, off the back of Wrath and all that. Did you even have Twitch in Wrath? I think you had Justin TV, right? Before it got bought out by Amazon. And everything changed. And yet we're still here playing classics, so hey, it's got that going for it, doesn't it? I remember Total Biscuit having certain words to say about a certain horse mount that was introduced towards the end of I think it was Wrath of the Lich King. Celestial Steed, wasn't it? Justin TV. It used to be called Justin TV. It was like some guy who had a camera and just filmed himself. And he was called Justin. Hence the name. And eventually it grew into something, and then Amazon bought it out at some point and it became Twitch, yeah. Yeah, Justin TV used to be some guy like live vlogging himself 24/7. Back in the day, like, holy crap, this is old. And you know what else? There are some people now, like, you know, Hydra and Zico, people like that. They streamed back then, and they're still streaming now. That holy crap these guys have been about. I used to watch them on, like, Warcraft movies and stuff, and they're still going. It's mad. But, you know, fair play to them. They've done well. Ember Athene? Oh, all too well. And big character. He's still going, but he's yeah. Not quite stuck with the WoW stuff. Same with SoD. I used to watch SoD back in the day as well. Needed Feral Arena, wasn't he? PvPer. A lot of the big guys used to be PvPers back in the day. It's kind of like my my theory that everyone PvP back in the day, and that a lot of people stopped doing that now. Kungan was playing hardcore and stuff, wasn't he? Then he kind of disappeared, but yeah, he seems to do that a few times. The WoW music videos? Oh, Nim? That's the WoW, that's the World of Warcraft that you play? All that stuff? I play WoW, Jace Hall. Whoa, I remember. I remember. He runs a sect now? I'm honestly not sure, but it's definitely a bit different from leveling in World of Warcraft, that's for sure. What can I drop here? I feel like some of these Booty Bay quests, I can go pick them up again. I'll take that, take that.
What you're looking for.
Take that. I think Horde get a fishing rod here, which is better than anything Alliance can get. Outrageous Horde buys, by the way. Except another quest. Oh, I'm maxed out on quest though. I can drop this. Alliance get it too? Do they? Out of the crates? Oh. Okay. Alliance have to work for it, is that what you're saying? The Horde get it for free? Outrageous. There you go. Yeah, I know the ones you mean. The it's like up here, right? Yeah, up here. And the third crate. Isn't it like a crazy low drop rate? I feel like you're so lucky getting it in 3 crates. Yeah, Horde get a fishing rod? Yo. Can we buff paladins or something? Like, this is outrageous. Oh, it's here, right? Oh, fair enough. I'm not the biggest fishing enthusiast in Classic, if I'm honest. Or 20, is that it? I thought it was like really rare, like 1% kind of thing. Maybe I'm just remembering wrong. $20G? Well, $20G sounds pretty good to me. I like 20G. How many Gs do I have? Oh, apparently 700 overall. What do I have on Horde, though? I wish it split this between Horde and Alliance. 7... 27... I probably got like 75 on Horde. Got like 600 odd on Alliance. But still, they changed a bunch with getting gold this phase though, so it should be a lot easier now. Now you're summoning? Where are you summoning to? Have you got them in like SM, Grey SM, or Scarlet Monastery in general, I guess, or... Yeah. I mean, you log on Wrath of the Lich King, do a GDKP, buy 3 WoW tokens, get a subscription with a bunch of summoners, and then just click. And it's hard to beat, right? All over? Yeah, fair enough. I mean, if you're getting like 2 or 3 G per summon, you can get like 20 people in an hour. It's pretty hard, right? Tanaris in phase 1. Why were people going to Tanaris? Were they farming Heart to Wild from the elementals, or farming the water skins? I don't know. I mean, if you're doing Tanaris, I can't imagine you have much competition, right? Fishing. Oh, right, yeah. Makes sense. Okay, smart. The bags, you've got True Silver, you've got all the other things. 16k. I was checking the other day, actually, the tokens were like, I think they're around 16k on EU. I don't know what they're at on what WoW tokens at on NA these days. Are they 16k? Because they used to be I think they were sub 5 or they were sub 5k. Like they came out, the price went up, then the price plummeted. Like it went down super hard. And now the price has just been going up and up and up. And it's a bit strange too, because Blizzard made that change where if you're a new World of Warcraft account, you have to have paid for 1 month of subscription with real money before buying a WoW token. They did this a little bit ago. Like Bitcoin, yep. Everything was looking great, and then it was looking not so great, and now it's looking great again. It's free money? It kind of is, yeah. Right, let's do this up here. It definitely is pretty easy as far as things go. But yeah, gold should especially if you're playing Wrath, gold should start becoming a lot easier to get, especially in Cataclysm. Things keep trending towards getting easier to get. So I straight up haven't done a GDKP and I've got 110,000 gold. And all I do for gold is oh, I need to press it before they die. Yeah, if I wait, do I do this? Huh? While being drained. Wait, how does this work then? Wait, so I have to dot them and then kill them. Is this right? Burning spirits. Oh, it's like some drain effect, right? I don't know what everyone does. Yeah, I just I have transmuting. I have alchemy on 3 alts. What I do is I log on the alts. I press transmute cardinal ruby, and then I send these gems that I make to a jewel crafter, and I make them into fractured cardinal rubies, and then I sell them. And I've gone from like having no gold to over 100,000. So yeah, it's still pretty easy to make gold in Wrath. But in Cata, I'm kind of concerned I don't have enough gold for the start of Cata if I want to min-max and stuff and get engineering up. You're on SoD? Alright. Yeah, on SoD it's I just do questing and stuff. Like, you don't really need to go like super hard with it. And of course you can't GDKP anywhere on SoD, or like you know, you can't, but I'm sure people find their ways if they really want to. Cata was the best. I remember leveling engineering back in the day on Cata, and like it absolutely destroyed the amount of gold I had. $100k isn't going to be enough. It will be, but like it's going to hurt, you know what I mean? It's I'm going to spend a lot of my gold and I'm going to feel bad about it. The super fast Dragon Man. Ah, the I'm just one-shotting these guys. The I know the one you mean, the alchemy one. Okay. But I'm fully expecting to, like, if I'm trying to min-max on 2 characters, then it's going to be from somewhere from like 30 to 50k just disappears. It could be more. I'm actually considering re-rolling to like a gathering profession on a main character and leveling as fast as I possibly can, and then just no life gathering for like 48 hours, and having like getting together a profession pack so I can re-level the main profession I want, but then like no life gathering when I'm ahead of people, and then respecking, if you know what I mean. Oh god, well, I can't even get the item. I'm just killing them too fast. Sounds like my personal hell. Yeah, it's I'm gonna do it to myself if I end up doing it. Like, I might not enjoy it, but I'm like, I think it will be worth it in the long run, so I'll just commit to it. I don't know. Usually I want the best of both worlds, right? I don't want to like try the hardest, but I also want to play in like guilds which try hard. And at some point you need to make a decision which one you really want to do. Oh, look at this damage. Oh, someone just killed the seer. Oh no. This quest has a terrible respawn time if I remember right. Oh. Someone else is here. Yeah, someone's just killed it. We're going to be waiting for a while. Enjoy your threat buff. Can't wait for the pre-patch. The pre-patches are so fun. Like, pre-patches are honestly one of the best times in the game. Like the TBC pre-patch, I was playing a full demonology in Naxxramas, and I was actually doing respectable damage. And it was incredible. Supplies. There's a bug when you had unlimited critters in chat. That doesn't sound familiar to me. I just crit him for 422. Oh my god. Switching to Elliot 40 or staying in Hans. I don't know how like seriously I'm going to be playing this character, but I'm liking Enhance a lot, but I also want to play Ellie, so I'm kind of like conflicted on it. Because like, as you can see, this is I'm like having to try and not kill these mobs just by auto attacking them. TBC pre-patch leveling your Draenei. I leveled one too. I leveled, what else did I level? I think it was a warrior in the pre-patch. I thought it respawned already then. Oh, it has. Oh, they must have improved the rate. Okay, thank you. Usually this guy has literally a 10-minute respawn. Like, that's why I wandered off to go and kill some other stuff. There's a bug day one. I don't remember that. Nah, I had no idea about that. I probably wasn't in Shatraf whatsoever. Miss TVC, you'll love to go back with GDKP's band. Yeah, I think I'm going to do a video pretty soon about... I feel like that Blizzard, they should be making era servers for TBC and Wrath. It's like, when you look back at Classic Era, it's actually had a huge impact in the game. Like, hardcore servers would not have existed without Classic Era. It straight up wouldn't have happened. Bro, I can't not kill these people in like half a second. What is this damage? But yeah, if they didn't exist, hardcore wouldn't have happened. Like, they have been very impactful. And yeah, if they made TBC, I don't think it would be like super popular straight away, but people would go back to it over time. Like, would I play TBC era? No, I mean, I haven't played Classic era either, but I have played hardcore. Love to play a Sunwell, but you just run out of time. That's fair enough. I need Demon Spirit. Use the demon pick on the red crystal. I guess the red crystal ain't here right now. I'll go do something else. We're in D2? Oh, D2. Oh, I never played the D2 properly. No, I'm not going to be much good on remembering stuff from Diablo back in the day, unfortunately. I played RuneScape, and then I played WoW. And then I kind of played WoW Classic, and that's the summary of the games I played. Oh, I played League of Legends between the two. One more. And infinite power, and they patched it. That sounds amazing though. Bugs like that, they're always so fun to like make the most of while they exist. I think SSF should have had new servers. Yeah, I wish they just fully committed to SSF to being like properly solo, but it's just so difficult to, I guess, like stop players from doing like, you know, grouping up for stuff. Like really difficult. I can't believe this. I'm auto attacking for over 400 crits. What's my attack power right now? Not nearly 1,000 attack power. Ooh. Bit of mining. Make sure none of these people snipe it. Miss. Okay, got it. Watching Zika the other day, spamming chat for Noma, but nobody wants to take him because he was BM Hunter spec. Ah, that's unfortunately classic these days, isn't it? I don't even know why you wouldn't want a ranged DPS. Like, BM's fine. Yeah, ranged DPS is really fine in this game right now. Yeah, it's the Chad support spec. It really is. It's like, if anything, you typically don't want too many melee for Noma. Like, if you do, it's not the end of the world. Like, the raid isn't particularly hard. You'll still be able to clear it. You're just gonna have to like have more downtime on certain fights, like Electrocutioner or Mechaneer, but you can still do it. And BM is like, I mean, Hunter still does damage. It's just like less damage, but it's not going to be like preventing you from clearing the raid. Like if I had a BM Hunter that was like, yo, I'm gonna do the mechanics on like Mechaneer. I'm gonna, you know, go to the right position on Electrocutioner and stuff. I'd take that. Because that's like ensuring the success of the entire raid rather than like trying to pass in a pug, which is, yeah. I mean, passing in a pug it's possible, but it's very comp dependent. Execution is really fun as a melee, unless you get a mechanic. Yeah, a mechanic is pretty likely to happen as well. I swear that the debuff where you're like pulling everyone around you, that only goes on melee or something. I don't know how it works exactly, but yeah. Yeah, for the self-farm mode, I wish they either did fresh servers or they uncapped professions or just something else. I don't know. Feels like a bit of a missed opportunity. So I liked hardcore. I got 100 to 60 twice in hardcore. In SSF, I don't feel like I have it in me to level again with all those restrictions. Not this soon as well. Especially when there's Season of Discovery, there's the Cata beta, there's so many things going on at the moment. Do you know what I mean? And if I was to level in SF, it'd probably take me a good 6 to 8 days played in-game, which is pretty substantial, right? Is pretty substantial. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me for the stream today. I've just done a short one. I mean, Mitchell, sure, if you want to. I don't really mind either way. But yeah, just had a chat about stuff, the general, I guess, state of WoW and stuff, Season of Discovery, did a bit of leveling, all that good stuff. I try and typically do the streams on the Tuesday and the Friday. I just missed a few days because they put a 100% XP buff in the game and then said, actually, we're not going to release it for a week, so yeah, then it just made me want to like wait for a week until they had put it in the game. There's your thesis. I mean, I'm off at the moment, but yeah, I can check it out if you link it. In any event, yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in today. I should be back on the Tuesday. I want to do some streaming for the Cata beta as well when that's coming out. I mean, it is out already. Sorry, just specifically when the Worgen and the Gnome starting zones are out, I'd like to stream then. That should be a lot of fun. But in any event, yeah, enjoy the rest of your Friday. Hope you have a good weekend. Thank you all so much for watching and supporting today. It's a pleasure as always. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Oh, and there's a video out tonight, which will be around the data mined runes, which will be out tonight. Yeah, around all the data mined runes and stuff. And then the next video after that on the Tuesday should be the first of the like Cataclysm classic class review type things. So that will be out soon as well. Anyways, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you have a good weekend. All the best, and I shall catch you in the next one.